Hello, my name is Sarah Berry from stampwithsarah.co.uk. Today I'm showing you how to make this beautiful reindeer Christmas card. I've got some gold foiling on here, so it really makes the pattern of this deer stand out. And I've just kept the colours simple, white, red and gold with a touch of Sahara sand. So the deer is this main one from a new stamp set called Dashing Deer. It is available in a bundle. It's from this new autumn winter catalogue, and it's towards the front of this catalogue here. So there's a good double page spread on this here. This is the stamp set, and then the details about the dies are here. There is actually a die to cut out this large reindeer, but I'm not using it today. Okay, so let's begin. So to start off, you of course need an envelope if you would like to stamp it so it coordinates with your card. We have a base card, an insert, another piece which is exactly the same, which is going to be for our embossing, and then this is a piece for the topper which we're going to stamp the reindeer on. This is actually thicker card than this white here, so this is our thick whisper white and then our thinner standard whisper white. Okay, so I'll start off by using the die cutting machine, and we are using the embossing folder, which is new to the autumn winter catalogue for 2018. It's the Swirls and Curls Textured Impressions embossing folder. This is a standard embossing folder. It's suited to C6 cards. Pop that in there, and then it goes into the Big Shot. This is our newer platform. If you have an older Big Shot, your Big Shot will have come with like a hinged platform. This just does away with that. It's a new platform, and it's actually reinforced, you can see there down the middle, to help prevent that bowing. So this is your Big Shot sandwich, and I'm going to run that through the Big Shot now. Okay, here it is. Isn't it beautiful? It's a little bit different. I've not seen such a tight curl, you know, before. The other side is equally lovely. So that's that new embossing folder. And then next what we're going to do is add some gold to this. And we have another new product, which is this. It's the Vegas Gold paint. It's a pearlescent paint, and we're using one of these sponges. So this is just a wedge that I've cut off of a larger round sponge. You can see that's like a quarter, and then I've just pinched it with a bulldog clip just to give me something to hold and doesn't get it on my fingers. So you'll want to use a block. I tend to use the large block for this. Just tap out a tiny bit of the paint. Dab, and then basically rub it on top of the white. I find this way you can control the amount of paint that you have and also wipe it all up off of that block. It's nice to leave a bit of white, but also nice not to cover, it's nice not to cover the whole thing, so we can really see that you have added that paint onto there. Okay, so that's that. If you do have a bit of kitchen towel, you can just wipe it off in case there's any on there, but as you can see, there really isn't anything going to come off of there. Just give that block a clean. Okay, so that's that. That's the lovely gold Vegas paint onto the embossing folder. And that can be quickly stuck down onto the front of the card. That one's run out. I have a feeling they are all running out. I'm going to put them in the bin because I keep putting them back thinking there'll be a little bit more in there. This one's on its last legs as well. There we go. And that can glue in position. Okay, so next up we are going to stamp the greeting. And that is with the Happiest Christmas Wishes stamp. And here's my scrap, I couldn't find it. Alright, so that stamp looks like this. Just there. And that really fits nicely into the tag topper. Sorry, the tailored tag punch, not the tag topper. This is the tailored tag. And I'm stamping it in red. Like that. And the great thing is that it fits beautifully in there. And then, let's get rid of this. And then you just want a scrap of, oh, will just fit. There you go, wow. A scrap of the Sahara sand, and you're going to cut it straight down the middle. And then add a bit of glue there, a bit of glue there. And then what you're doing is creating like a border around your stamp, around your punch. That goes there, and then that goes there. So that just shows you how you can get a lot more use out of this punch, and that's what it looks like on the back. Okay, so next up we're going to do some heat embossing, and we're using that large reindeer. This reindeer sits nicely on this block, and you need to use a clear ink, which is a Versamark. Like that. I'm wobbling the camera, sorry. Flip it over and stamp down. Now this block is too big for this stamp. You can use the I think block E that you could use, but mine are all busy at the moment, ready for the weekend for my team day, so that's why I've used a big block. So you can see that see that slight impression there. Now while it's still wet, you want to add some embossing powder over the top. I keep my gold embossing powder in a tub like this, and I have some of the baby spoons from when my boys were little. I recommend that you buy a pack of baby spoons because they do the job for this, because you need a long reach handle. So then your fingers don't get in the powder. So there we go. I forgot to wipe my white card actually with this, which is something I always forget to do, so do not worry if you forget also. That little bag is just like a little bag of talcum powder kind of idea, and it just gets rid of any static that's on your card, so you won't get all these little bits, but you can just wipe them off with your fingers if you're careful. Okay, now let's heat that and get it gold. So I heat from one side and then I heat from the other, just to stop that card really curling in one direction. There we are, that's all done. Now I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't wave the heat tool around. You just need to hold it very slowly and hold it still, and very slowly move it around the image. That you don't need to wave it. That waving it, it actually slows the heating down, so you don't heat it effectively really, so it takes longer. But there you go, there's our embossed what's it called, reindeer. On the back of that goes some dimensionals. It might be a good idea to use the edge of the dimensionals for this this piece here, but I'll use this for speed. And then you want to put that on top of what we've already made. Okay. A bit more towards the top. The topper, the sentiment topper can go on the card now. There. And then for decoration, I've used some of our real red satin ribbon. It's called a mixed satin, and it's got a slight texture to it. Half has got lines on it, and the other is completely smooth like a normal traditional satin. So I quite like this. It gives it a bit of it makes it a little bit different, doesn't it? So just make a bow. Try and do a nice dinky little bow. Just keep pulling and adjusting the little ears and tails. Like that. And then to glue it on, just need a glue dot. Just one at the back of there. There we go. I just need to go over those tails again. I didn't quite cut that straight, but I know the more I play with it on the camera, the worse I'll make it. So I'm tempted to leave it alone. I might leave it alone and I'll do it afterwards. So next you want to use some of our lovely red rhinestones. And this is my new take your pick tool with a little putty end, and that will just pick up a rhinestone like that, and then drop it down in the place that you want it. I can't believe how amazing this is. I used to make wedding invitations, and I would sit there and do it with my hands and my fingers, my fingernails, or poke your pricking tool if you're lucky. This just makes it so quick, and then when this gets a bit sort of it loses its tack, just pull it off. That can go in the bin. Give it a twist. And then can you see that putty comes out the end? You only need a little tiny blob. One there. And one there. And that's it. That's how you make the card. I really love it. I love the red and the gold together. I don't think it's too over the top. I like a nice simple Christmas card, and for this is as much as I would do on one of my Christmas cards by me. So I hope you like it too. I'd love to hear your comments and any feedback that you have. Have you tried doing some gold embossing? It is getting time to make our Christmas cards, so I'm expecting you to get out that gold embossing powder and the silver even, and start doing some embossing. So thanks again, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.